The people of Kenya spoke very loudly on the 9th of this month. But what we have seen is there has been manipulation of the results, where you find that the Forms 34As, which are the primary forms which are filled at the polling station and announced by the presiding officer, which is supposed to be transmitted electronically to the server of the Electoral Commission. We found that somehow these forms were being intercepted by our opponents and were being then altered, and that was eventually being transmitted to the tallying center of the Electoral Commission were different. We've also found areas where what is called Form 34B, which is supposed to be filled at the constituency level, which is a sum total of all that came from different polling stations. These forms are being changed there, and you find that all these 34As, which are supposed to be added to create 44Bs, are in the same handwriting. I mean that one person was in all the various polling stations in the constituency. So there is definitely manipulation, and this is what one of the reasons why we are in court.
I guess the question that a lot of people have been having in their minds is, should the Supreme Court not grant your wishes or your prayers, would you accept that judgment? Certainly.
We have said that we believe in the rule of law, and we believe that the Supreme Court will be fair and just in looking objectively at the complaints that we have tabled. As you can see that we have put in there big volumes of evidence, and we think that we have a very strong case. And this is not just for Kenya. It is for Africa and the world. You know, we are showing here that the international criminal syndicate has infiltrated the continent. You have heard the stories of these Venezuelans who came here with expired passports, supposedly having been hired by the chairman of the Electoral Commission without the knowledge of other members of the commission. But they are found with very sensitive materials which they did not declare. So this is a very serious matter. And it's not just a serious matter for Kenyans alone. It's for the continent of Africa. And it's a universal crisis that requires a universal response.
Should we possibly have a scenario where we have to go for a rerun, would you take part, and what would be your conditions for participating?
This time around, one of our prayers to the Supreme Court, they do a retallying and find that we won the elections and declare us the winner. If that is not possible, then of course we leave that to the learned judges to come up with a decision.
And your opponent, during the declaration of the results, said that he'd reached out to you and spoken to you. Is that correct?
He called me before the results were announced and just greeted me. And we said ourselves at that time, because we didn't know what was going to come out, that we would meet and talk. We have not met, neither have we talked since that time. Okay, because I don't believe that is the president-elect. I think that should be the president-elect. And he knows it deep in his heart that he did not win these elections, but is a beneficiary of this electoral fraud that is a threat to democratic governance, not only in Kenya, but in the whole world.